Sue was looking directly at it, and my wife said he just kind of...
He felt a little remorse.
I think he felt embarrassed. And I think the crowd said, "Attaboy, Walberg, too bad you had to go through that." So he knew it. And that was on July 8th, and you started receiving that this week.
It's a pretty drastic step just not to vote.
And I mean, if I was in the Bahamas or something, that'd be a different story. And I think most people who know me know that I never walked away from a legitimate fight and a vote, and a tough vote. When it came to the increase in Head Start in one of the bills, I mean, that is an emotional vote. But we were talking about having an increase, but this was an increase beyond cost of living and others, with no indication that the states were even asking for that type of increase. And I stayed there in the House Education Labor Committee while a number of my colleagues, Republicans, walked out of the room so they wouldn't have to vote. And I voted. I voted against it. I was the only vote against it, especially when half of my Republican colleagues left the room, as we call it, taking a walk. Well, I said to the reporters and others who have attacked me since then, including Mark Schauer, I believe that my constituents sent me there not to take a walk, but to vote, even on tough issues. And while I support Head Start in its appropriate functions, yet in a time of challenge in this country, and when you're not showing me the necessary requirements from the states and others asking for this and the need for that, I am going to vote with the taxpayer on this issue. And fortunately, I was vindicated when I came to the floor of the House, and a number of my conservative colleagues, Michelle Bachmann and Jeb Henserling from Texas, and Paul Ryan, come running up to me and said, "Walberg, we saw you were the only vote against that. Well, what was in it?" So when I told them about it, I said, "Oh, yeah." Well, there were quite a few that joined me on the final vote on the floor of the House. So when I see something like this, I hope people will understand. We're going to be answering this in the next couple days. But that's another reason why I would say vote for Tim Walberg. We'll tell you the truth. It may be hard truth at times, but we'll tell you the truth, and we will deal with issues. That will be the beauty of the general election with Mark Schauer and myself. We will deal with policy issues and not this type of stuff. He'll try. But I think we tried that last time, and now he has a record of 2 years in Congress. 2 years of supporting health care takeover, 2 years of supporting cap and trade or cap and tax, 2 years of supporting the Pelosi $1 trillion deficit producing budgets, 2 years in Congress with a record supporting the stimulus package. Bottom line, I look forward to that day. Night and day, black and white, between Walberg's positions, Walberg's records, and Mark Schauer's positions and records as well. And it'll be a fun debate. Be grueling, but I know this time we have the attention of the electorate. The voters have awakened. Barack Obama has done a very good thing for this country in that he's awakened us up, slapped us upside the head, and we can't walk away from it. We have now come to realize that this country can indeed be taken over by people who have a different vision than what I call the old fresh ideas that worked of Madison and Jefferson and Washington, Hamilton and Franklin, Adams, who understood what a free society with exceptional people like Reagan understood could do, not only for our lives and our country, but for the entire world. Questions?
I understood when I read the material that he got Bill that Rudy was quite a young man. He had a young baby and all. And you have been there before. You know how it works. You've had experience in this day and age. That's necessary. We are dealing with some very clever politicians.
As long as it's good experience, an experience you can trust. I don't say just put somebody in because they've been there, but put them in if you know that they've been there and they've lived according, number one, to the Constitution. And I've made that commitment. I've taken that oath as elected a representative 9 times. 8 times in the State House and 1 time in Congress. And I try to live by that. I think my record shows.